People have been prophesying this about TikTok and how it's spreading gospel and all kinds of other things, but also it is spreading false information, but it's also spreading information that make people get closer together. So watch these people.
God gave me a vision about TikTok being banned. You're going to want to watch this. There is a video that I'm going to play at the end of this. I'm going to hurry and share what God showed with me. This guy had a prophetic dream from God, pretty much saying the exact same thing that God told me. So I'll play that at the end. I was on a path. On the left, there was the TikTok logo, and it went zoop, straight up into heaven. And I'm just kind of waiting, and and it's not coming down. It's taking a little bit. And so I asked God, I'm like, Jesus, how come it's not coming down yet? What are you doing? He zoomed out so I could see around the whole world, and he showed me not a lot of Christians were praying for TikTok. And I heard him say, I'm using this as a lesson to increase faith in those people who were praying for TikTok. So he said, if it's taking a while, then pray for the people who do not have faith. He's pretty much going to use this as a testing season for them. So I went on my knees and I prayed for them, and I went to war on their behalf. So I did this for a few minutes, and then the heavens opened up again, and TikTok came out glowing. Like it was just like gold sparks coming out of it, and he shot it back down to the earth where it was originally. Jesus said, this time things will be different. Then immediately I saw all of these clips coming from all over the world, and I knew it came from TikTok, and they were believers, and they were speaking in tongues, and they were prophesying, and they were spreading the gospel. There was a revival in the Christian community pouring through TikTok, and there was fire all over the earth, like hellfire, just burning the earth. And I looked at Jesus, and I knew that there was a war going on. There was a war going on the earth, but there was also a war going on through TikTok, a spiritual war, a war between good and evil. But I look at Jesus and I say, but you get the victory. You win. And he smiled and he nodded at me. And right when that happened, this beautiful renewed earth starts to cover across the whole world. And there were still little pits of fire everywhere, but the earth overpowered everything. But I realized TikTok, now keep in mind the name, is going to be used and has been used as a way to spread the gospel across all nations, which if you don't know this is in prophecy. This has to happen before the end times. So many people, if you pay attention, have come to Christ. So many people now understand how to war against the enemy and the fruits of the Spirit, the gifts of the Spirit. They are now operating in the way they should be as Christians because of TikTok. Now again, God is using TikTok, and he made it an app for us where we are not censored. If you guys don't know yet, I hope that you do, but if you don't know, Jesus is coming back very, very, very soon. TikTok, social media in general, plays a huge role in the gospel to be spread to the ends of the earth. Now remember the name, TikTok. This was by design. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. The time's running out. The clock's running out. Christ is coming back. And a huge part of people finally waking up to the end times, that we are in fact on a timeline, TikTok, is the app TikTok itself. When I tell you God has a sense of humor, I mean, he really, really does. Yesterday is when I had this vision. One of the things that was really strong to me was like the fire. So that was at 8 p.m. last night. That very night, at midnight, my mom, so she's in Hawaii right now. These do not happen all the time, okay? There was a volcanic eruption where she's staying at, and she sent us the news and she sent us photos of what's going on there. The red, the smoke, and the fire of the earth was exactly the same as my vision. This trip that my mom went on was a last minute thing. And when my mom told me she was going to go on this trip, I knew that she was supposed to be there. I said, God has something for you, Mom. I don't know what it is, but you're supposed to be on this trip. Little did I know that part of that reason was to give me confirmation for the vision he was going to give us. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just TikTok. It's not that big of a deal. You would think that if you don't understand the role that it plays for the end times, for the spreading of the gospel, and for Christians to wake up to how we're supposed to live. So, just to kind of recap it all, the TikTok, it's gonna go up into heaven. I think that symbolizes that it's gonna look like it gets canceled for a short period of time. It's coming back. When it comes back, the spreading of the gospel is going to be on a whole other level. Just feel led to say this. We are in the end times. We still have time. Based off of the visions that I've seen about my future, everything kind of caps around the 15-20 year mark. So we have minimum at least 15-20 years. I think we have a little bit longer. And if you just pray and ask God, you'll know. He will flat out tell you. Do not get red note. That is exactly what our government wants you to do. That's exactly what Satan wants you to do. There's a huge deception thing going on with red note. And trust in God and pray to him and just be patient for TikTok to come back. I don't know how long this is gonna take. He didn't give me a time frame. And revival, y'all, it's gonna spark. Like I always say when it comes to prophetic things and anything, always pray and ask for confirmation. I never post things until I get confirmation. God used the Hawaii incident, that was crazy, as my confirmation, as well as this video that I watched, which was, very similar to what God showed me. Just pray and ask God, Lord, is this true? Is it not? What is your will?
On December 29th of 2024, the Lord gave me this dream. And this dream was concerning this app, TikTok. In the dream, I was laying in my bed and it seemed like I was on a TikTok live and I was doing a TikTok live battle. The battle was going good. We were having fun. We were cheering. We were excited. And my side was the red side and the blue side was the opponent side. I was in the dream, my side was winning. The red side was winning. The red side was completely consuming the blue side, right? And then all of a sudden, the blue side started winning. And then in the dream, the whole entire screen went black, right? It's like everything shut down. It went black. And I remember saying in the dream, oh my gosh, what happened? I wasn't panicking, but I remember asking what happened. And then all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, the screen came back on. It's like it flashed back on, and it's like everything picked up where it left off. And all of a sudden, the blue side went from winning to my side. The red side was completely winning again, and we won the match, right? So here's the interpretation of that dream. So here's what that dream meant, right? When it comes down to the date of everything happening, right? I truly believe that the Lord will show me that it's going to be like a blackout, right? It's almost like the app is going to, out of nowhere, stop working. It's like it's going to suddenly stop working. You're not going to be able to pull up the app. People are going to be utilizing the app, and then all of a sudden it's going to go black, right? It's like things are going to shut down. But then immediately there's going to be a turnaround. There's going to be a turnaround, and the app is going to come right back. So this is the prophetic message of what's going to happen, right? A lot of people have been asking me, what do you think is going to happen? What are you going to do with the stuff that you built up? Well, number one, I've been at peace because I already know what's going to happen. The Lord has already shown me, right, of what's going to happen, what happened with TikTok. It's going to leave and it's going to come right back. But also, too, you have to realize, like, the Lord controls the influence. The Lord controls everything. So if we built this on TikTok, we can build it anywhere else, right? But I've been at peace because I know exactly what's going to happen, right? There's going to be a blackout. It's going to be a temporary shutdown, but then it's going to come right back. And I really feel like that it's going to have something to do with when President Donald Trump gets into his office. I really think it's going to have something to do with that. I don't know really in details. The only details that I know that the Lord has shown me is that TikTok will temporarily shut down and then it will come right back.